logic to a world in which doesn't have rules and some logic. You gotta ask yourself: Is it worth? Is it worth starting a war over? And I'd say absolutely not. I'm sorry, it's not worth the millions of lives that are going to die because of this action. If we possibly get in a shooting match with Russia, and a lot of the neocons are out there going, "Oh, Russia couldn't do it." They have this sense that Russia is inferior to us. Now, yeah, they don't have the Navy. I'll give you that much. The Russians and the China doesn't have the Navy, but our Navy, God bless them, the men and women of the Navy. Don't take this the wrong way. We have the greatest Navy ever. We do, absolutely, without a doubt. We can encircle your country within 2 days and put enough firepower on it through one of our aircraft carriers that most standing armies could only dream for. I get that. But the one thing that you're forgetting is that we have put so much into our carrier fleets. We have 11 of them. We have 11 carrier fleets right now in the United States Navy. And even the great admirals, Burkhardt, all the great admirals of the United States Navy will say that in a shooting match with Russia or China, our Navy would last about 2 days. And let me tell you why. The Russians, along with the Iranians and the Chinese, have built this missile. It's called the Sunburn missile, and they have other ones like it. This missile travels along the water at 2 times the speed of sound. It's undetectable. It's undetectable by our modern radar. So they can shoot this missile at it goes 2 times the speed of sound. 2 times the speed of sound. So it's faster than most bullets. It's faster than all bullets, right? Almost all bullets. Faster than all bullets. And it skims across the water. And then when it sees its target, or when it gets to its target, it lifts up, comes back down, slams right into the center, or wherever it's going to hit. It has been proven that our United States Navy cannot defend itself from this weapon. Now, the Russians and the Chinese and the Iranians have built their Navy around this weapon. And we rely on these huge things called aircraft carriers. Now, thank God we have the Air Force, the Army, and the Marines. We have other groups of technology. But if we're solely relying on our Navy to protect us, and our Navy revolves around these things called aircraft carriers, and it's been proven that the technology exists that these aircraft carriers will only last a couple days, if not a couple minutes. We're in trouble. You don't want to get in a shooting match. Now, of course, we have other military things, and the one thing that a lot of these countries do know and do understand, and I'm glad they understand it, is the 350 million guns in America, and that's probably doubled. We have a standing army in the United States. Now, granted, it's not trained, it's not organized, it's not whatever. But you want to talk about insurgency? The world hasn't seen insurgency like they have a pissed off an American. And I think that's our only saving grace. I really do. I actually believe that the countries who want to do us harm are more concerned about us. I mean, think about it. Think about it. You go to war with the United States, all hands are off. I mean, all bets are off. You got militias, you got armed citizens in the country, the United States, that will take care of local issues. You won't have an immigration problem here. You won't have, and it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. Unlike other countries where they have all of these issues, I mean, we, for the most part in America, are very, we're lawful Americans. We'll follow the law. But when a war happens, all bets are off. All bets are off. And that's what these other countries do understand. Now, notwithstanding, of course, nuclear warheads, that's going to be an issue. And I actually believe Putin would use them. I really do. I mean, I'm a firm believer. You got to read the books that these people grew up with, the books that they read, the ideology that they believe in. And Putin has said one of the things in his biographies, he grew up in the ghettos of Russia. He didn't, wasn't silver spoon, didn't have rich parents or whatever. He grew up in the ghettos. And he tells a story about one thing that he learned when living in the ghettos as a young boy was you don't corner a rat. Now, a lot of people say, well, what does that have to do with this? Well, you got to look at it. It's the totality of his upbringing. And he's telling you that you don't corner a rat, not because you don't, but he saw how rats would react when they were cornered. They come out vicious. They would kill each other to get away. They would literally sacrifice themselves to get what they want, i.e. escape. And that tells volumes. So if you think that President Putin, or some of these other leaders for that matter, would not go to the ultimate nuclear end to meet their objectives, you're sadly misguided. They will. I mean, come on, America did it. We dropped 2 nuclear bombs when we thought it was impossible. So what's to say that they won't do the same? You just don't want to do that. You just don't want to go that route. It's just not something that you want to do. And I like I said, as tragic as it may be, it's not something that we want to risk the rest of the world and a world order over. I just, after doing the research and the reading over the weekend and kind of giving time to deflect, that's my 2 cents. I wish I could ask you what yours are, but our phone system is being upgraded today, so you can't call in. You're stuck with me for 2 hours. But I just don't think it's worth it. There's a lot of me that questions if it was even valid as reported. I think it was media manipulation. That's my 2 cents on that. Now, as I started to do more and more investigation, of course, I wanted to understand why President Trump such the 180. Of course, he got on there and said the children. Everybody knows that this president loves children. He does. There's no doubt about it. Everything that you read about him, everything that we know about him, you can actually see him light up. You want to see Donald Trump light up? Put him in a room full of children, and you'll see him light up. I think Christmas in the United States this year is going to be pretty incredible at the White House. I actually do. I think Santa Claus Trump is going to, and so I get it. And the children, you hear the children, and no one wants to see that happen. No one does. The poor children. I don't either. I don't either. But you got to ask about the millions of other children. If we're so concerned about the children, why aren't we doing the simple things? I mean, bombing someone, a lot of people would think is simple, but it's actually difficult. Think about it. You're putting resources, you're killing people. If we're really interested about the children of the world and their plight and stuff, why aren't we feeding them? Wouldn't dropping food go a long ways besides dropping bombs? And so I understand the president, his point of view. I do. I get it. But I don't agree with it. And I think that he was played. I believe that as the days go on, the weeks, the truth will eventually come out. And we will see that. Well, it's that time. We're going to take another quick quick break as we get up to the top of the hour. When we get back, upon doing some research, we're going to talk about this infighting between Bannon and Kirshner in the White House. And I think this has a lot to do with the president's decision. And I do have some comments, some feelings, and some observations that I've made by looking at that as well. Stay tuned. We will be back in a few. We got to pay these bills. It's that's what makes the world go around. So when we get back, we'll talk about the infighting that's going on in the White House.
If you've got joint pain, let me ask you a question. Would you like a high-quality knee, back, shoulder, or ankle brace at little or no cost? Now, just in case your reception isn't great, let me ask you again. Would you like a pain-relieving knee, back, shoulder, or ankle brace at little or no cost? Well, if you have Medicare insurance, you could qualify for these pain-relieving braces at little or no cost. And these are high-quality braces. They are very comfortable, and they've helped thousands relieve their pain. Now, I'd like you to imagine going on vacation, playing with your grandkids, just living your life again without pain. The Mobility Hotline is a referral service that connects folks with Medicare coverage and other insurance to accredited companies offering pain-relieving braces at little or no cost. And don't you worry about the Medicare paperwork. They'll handle it all for you. And they'll deliver your braces for free. Call the Mobility Hotline now. The call's free. 1-800-557-6150. 1-800-557-6150. 1-800-557-6150.
You know, sometimes when you compare prices on products, you think to yourself, what difference does it make? The rates are all about the same anyway. But sometimes the rates are very different. Let me give you an example where there's a huge difference in pricing between companies. Vehicle protection plans. Look, if your car is 4 years or older, having a vehicle protection plan is a no-brainer. The trick is not to overpay for it. Here are the facts. The average price of a vehicle protection plan is $2,800, while the price of a TOCO warranty vehicle protection plan for most vehicles is just $1,500. The average down payment on a vehicle protection plan is $299. With TOCO warranty, there's no down payment. The average monthly payment on a vehicle protection plan is more than $160 a month. With TOCO, the average monthly payment is just $49. To get a highly rated vehicle protection plan at a great low rate, call TOCO Warranty at 1-800-987-1519. That's 1-800-987-1519. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you being audited and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Is the IRS threatening to take more of your money? Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate a lower tax bill. The IRS can freeze your assets and seize your bank accounts. But you can stop these IRS actions. The Tax Doctor will fight for you using industry secrets that can stop any IRS actions, eliminate penalties and interest, and reduce your past tax bill so you pay the IRS less. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call the Tax Doctor now for a free IRS audit emergency review.
800-691-9879. 800-691-9879. 800-691-9879. That's 800-691-9879.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
800-814-5188. 800-814-5188. 800-814-5188. That's 800-814-5188.
Are you struggling with addiction or alcohol problems? If you're depressed, drinking, and using using drugs, you may need help.
And your insurance may offer coverage.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Call the Addiction Hope and Helpline now.